Yes, we are still in the midst of Daredevil Born Again Season 1. Episode 7 has dropped on Disney+, so now I talk about it with all the spoilers, so that is a spoiler warning. If you have not yet watched this episode and you're planning on it, I advise to turn a blind eye because I will be talking about what happens in this episode in detail. If you have watched it or you don't care, then stick around, you're good. So this episode is pretty much the Muse episode. It's the one where the story with him comes to a head. But it starts out with Mayor Kingpin talking with his associates, describing the events of last week. Basically, Kingpin learns that Daredevil is back. So I imagine, obviously he's not happy about that, but I imagine he's gonna have another confrontation with Matt about that. He's probably gonna be like, I told you not to come back. That won't be pretty. Also, this episode does a really good job at building up the relationship between Matt Murdock and Heather Glenn. Since they've been together for a while now, we see how close they are. I mean, they're showering together. Of course, this is built up emotionally for us for a reason. So we finally learn Muse's identity in this episode. I say finally in quotes because it was kind of obvious. Because when this actor, he's played by Hunter Doohan from Wednesday, when he showed up a few episodes back talking to Heather Glenn, and then he never showed up again, I was like, okay, well, let me guess. Because that actor also played a creep in Wednesday. So yeah, I'm pretty sure he's Muse. Bastion Cooper is the character's name, which is pretty cool right there, because what kind of name is Bastion anyway? Unless it's for an Overwatch character. He's my main though, so I can't be too mad, I guess. But yeah, we learned that this guy is just a straight up psychopath. And it's easy to see, because when he's talking with Heather Glenn, they're in therapy, and he starts saying shit like, you're the key to everything, and finding my true self. I was like, red flags, all the red flags and alarms are going off, because this guy is a creepo. Like, he was trying to get freaky too. Like when he touched her leg that one time, I was like, no. It's like Anakin in Attack of the Clones kind of creepy. You know what I'm talking about. And then of course he just straight up goes full Muse on her. Bring on the madness. So Daredevil goes to Muse's lair and he sees, well, he doesn't see. Oops. He finds all his sketches. Turns out they're all of Heather Glenn. He feels one of them with his hand and it's textured so he can feel the facial structure in it. That's really cool because we flash back to when he was touching her face earlier in this episode. Kind of convenient, but it was cool. And it's funny, like as soon as he realized, he was like, oh shit, Heather's in trouble. Although crazy thing also happens here. The anti-vigilante task force shows up too. They find out Heather Glenn's in trouble and they call Wilson Fisk about it. Fisk drops a line right here. He says, and I quote, "You are the thin, dark line protecting this city." Yeah, again, Babe and I were both like, okay, yeah, this show's going there. Yikes. Okay, yeah, wow. Which, I mean, that is a good thing. That is a compliment towards this show because it has balls. It is actually crossing that line. It is going the extra mile, touching on real world problems. Way to go, Marvel. So back with Heather and Muse, this was actually really tough to watch. Because, I mean, he's cutting her down her arm. That'll lose you a lot of blood. Heather's in bad shape by the end of this, man. But luckily, Daredevil shows up in the nick of time, and so he and Muse have themselves a little fight, which I actually like the fact that we learn how Muse knows how to fight, because he took Taekwondo because he was forced to learn it. I don't know if this is accurate to comic book lore, nor do I really care. I'm just saying I appreciate the explanation. He doesn't just know how to fight because. So Daredevil and Muse are fighting. It's always cool to see Daredevil just in his outfit fighting anyone, just in general, because I love seeing Daredevil kick ass. But in the end, Heather just ended up shooting and killing Muse in self-defense. So Muse is dead now. I honestly didn't see that coming. I thought Muse would get the same treatment as most other people Daredevil dispatches. A fair trial followed by jail time. But no, I guess he gets the fast exit. I mean, I'm sure Heather's gonna be fine. She's not gonna be put in jail or anything because it was self-defense. Or at least that's how it should work. But no, turns out after they both leave the scene, Kingpin and his anti-vigilante task force show up, and Fisk is like, oh, okay, he's already dead. You guys didn't do it. Well, let's just say you did. Yeah, he just gives the task force the credit. They go on the news saying this. They even have Powell hold up Muse's mask, and I was like, yeah, okay, they're just a bunch of cowards. That just sounds about right, doesn't it? And Matt and Heather do see this news report as she's waking up in the hospital in recovery. Also got the sneaking suspicion that Heather absolutely positively knows that Matt Murdock is Daredevil. Or if she doesn't know, she's at least definitely suspicious. I mean, she's accusing him of having bruises, like, are you going out at night? Is this some sort of self-harm? What are you doing? Not to mention the chat she had with him last week about vigilantes. She's gonna find out. If not indirectly, then Matt should take advice from the genie.
Tell her the truth!
I'm just saying, healthy communication, key in any relationship. But the episode ends with the straight up confirmation that, yeah, Vanessa Fisk is definitely double-crossing her husband. Or not just double-cross, she's just trying to have his ass assassinated. Just not successfully. She tries sending that Luca asshole after him, which this is actually really funny, this scene was, because he comes up behind Fisk in that restaurant he's eating by himself. He pulls out his gun and then just that Buck guy kills him instead. Fisk doesn't even bat an eye. He's like, thank you, Buck. On your way out, can you call my wife and ask her if she wants some food? So yeah, we're like, okay, time to sign some divorce papers. Where are the pens? Because this marriage is going up in flames. Again, not gonna be pretty. And yeah, that just about covers it for this week. Not gonna lie, this felt like a pretty short episode, but in the end, it was good. It was solid. And we got just 2 episodes left. We're getting closer and closer to the finale. Wonder what action and drama it will entail. But until then, Daredevil Born Again, Season 1, Episode 7, Art for Art's Sake. Have you watched it yet? What are your thoughts on it? And what are your theories and predictions for the rest of the season, the last 2 episodes? Whatever you think, go ahead and leave a comment. And of course, thank you for subscribing. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's back to Fallout 4 for me. Yes, that is the Fallout game that I am hooked on playing, 'cause it's really fun and it looks great. Peace!